Hi guys, I'm going to be blind reacting to chapter 6 of the fake zombie plate. I've already blind reacted to chapter 3, I think, but then I read the other 3, so like, I can't blind react to those because I already read them. And the last chapter was a huge doozy. I kind of wish I had blind reacted to that one because I read it yesterday. But yeah, now we're going to be reading chapter 6. Rhodey, exploring the office buildings. It's so unbearably strange to explore abandoned buildings, he's decided. Man, I guess Rhodey is like a better person than Podney. It feels as if everyone's up and left in the middle of the workday, which, to be fair, they probably did. He can recall the feeling of pure terror-filled confusion. Man, I cannot read today. Let's try it one more time. He can recall the feeling of pure terror-filled confusion that struck him when it first began. Everybody screaming, running, totally abandoning everything and everyone they had arrived with. It felt like a true show of character to see who stayed back to protect strangers or loved ones and who ran as fast as they could. I wonder what I would do in a zombie apocalypse. Actually, I've already discussed this. Me and my parents, we're going to be going to Costco or the hospital or something like that. We're going to be right there. I don't think we're going to be helping strangers, but we are going to make sure that we get each other and the dogs. But yeah, that's just me. He almost, foolishly so, calls the people who ran away cowards. But that would make Mannion a coward, and Mannion is no such thing. Did Mannion leave him behind? She is a perfect, kind, and lovely lady. She was just frightened. He'll find her, and when he does, she'll explain to him that she thought he was behind her the whole time. Oh, no! Oh, no, she abandoned him. Oh, my gosh. Mannion, I guess she just dipped. She was out of there. She was like, bye, Rhodey, screw you. Oh, my gosh. And they'll laugh about how much they grieve the other. They'll laugh, it'll be okay. Here, let me see who's talking first, sorry. Okay. You're not claustrophobic, are you? Sharply, Rhodey is ripped out of his nice little fantasy as Vincent, with that mocking tilt to his voice he held so often. With a sigh, Rhodey stops pretending to look through a filing cabinet and walks over. Not really, why? Vincent gestures vaguely to an elevator. This is a bad idea. I'm gonna tell you right now that this is a bad game plan. Want to take a ride? There's a couch shoved in front of it, as well as chairs, a table, and a smaller cabinet with outstretched doors, scattering even more papers across the floor. Clearly, he's joking. You're joking. Am I? Honestly, I can't tell half the time, and it freaks me out. He kicks the couch a bit. It's a good barricade. He could take notes. Rhodey, you can just barricade things with your body. It's all gonna be okay. I don't really know why I said that. Anyway, although, maybe we should throw a party, he quickly adds. Is that Vincent speaking or Rhodey? Here, let me try one more time. Although, maybe we should throw a party, he quickly adds. Huh? Nope, it was Vince. It was Vince the whole time. Wait, no. Man, this is hard. Okay, take 2. We're just gonna do Rhodey, Vince, Rhodey. Although, maybe we should throw a party, he quickly adds. Huh? I didn't know you knew how to make those jokes. Congrats, man. He laughs at Vincent's scowl, the man mumbling something bitterly about how he's perfectly capable of humor. Sure you are, Vince, and presses the up button on the panel next to the 2 closed metal doors. I'm not getting in that thing. Sounds like something someone with claustrophobia would say. I'm not! He begins to defend himself, but the outburst only serves to make him seem more suspicious. Dude, it's not about claustrophobia anymore. It's about the fact that this elevator is definitely broken. It's definitely broken. He takes a breath and runs a hand through his messy hair. He hadn't realized how gross his hair was and makes a note to get them both in a lake or a house with running water sometime soon. You know, I had a cousin. He was a lot younger than me, real rowdy. Oh, sorry, I needed to make sure it was Rhodey speaking. It sounded like Rhodey, but like, you know. You know, I had a cousin. He was a lot younger than me, real rowdy kid, but he was super claustrophobic. He hated elevators. I don't remember his name. It's your cousin, and you don't remember his name? That's hilarious. I mean, I don't remember a lot of my cousins' names either, and I only have like 5 of them, so. I don't remember his name. He hasn't been to a family reunion in a while, but he looks up from his recollected reminiscence of a rant and sees Vincent isn't listening whatsoever. No, he's instead several feet away, scouring through a closet. You're not even... Whatever. The point is, that guy was scared of his mind of elevators, and I'm not. Oh, you're still on about that? Oh my gosh! Brutality! Vincent casually turns around, and Rhodey can feel his eye twitch. You were joking. It's been known to happen. He puts his hands up, smiling coyly and walking back over. His plot that serves no purpose other than irritating Rhodey seems to be pleasing him. I disagree. Ding! Oh. Somebody alive? Somebody alive still? Or are we gonna get, like, 2 corpses / zombies in an elevator? It would be so funny if a zombie figured out how to use an elevator. Don't you think that, guys? The two share a small look of confusion before spotting the source of the sound. Well, obviously, it's the elevator. What do you think? You think that like a ding sound just appeared like you're in Looney Tunes? The elevator has reached the ground floor. Oh, by the way, I'm not insulting the author here. It makes sense for them to be confused. The elevator has reached the ground floor. The faded yellow light at the top blinking once more before the thick metal doors wail and screech, trying to peel apart. You pushed the button? Judging by his tone, Vincent seems unimpressed. Rhodey shrugs. I didn't think it had power still. Well, oh no, this is a bad idea. They're gonna get in the elevator. The doors finally open, stammering and shaking as they move. Poor guy. He needs some googly eyes and, like, a beer or something. It's been a while for him. The sound of metal on metal is ear-grating. Don't call it poor elevator ear-grating! He's trying his best, guys. He's trying his best, and they both wince. Vincent more than Rhodey. Vincent seems close to joking about writing it again, but it appears his joy per day limit had been reached, so he eyes it carefully instead. Finally, the door yields to make about a foot and a half-wide gap. Inside is about a 6x6 foot wide carpeted rectangle called an elevator, with a single flickering light on the overhead. See, elevator is doing a good job. He is trying his best, okay? I can't see hardly anything. Watch yourself. I don't know if any of this is stable, Vincent warns, cautiously keeping an eye on Rhodey as he steps closer. You don't get in there, but I'm gonna get in there. Rhodey as he steps closer to climb up the couch and peer into the box. His footing is awkward on the couch, one foot up and one remaining on the ground. Shh, there's gotta be emergency stuff in there, right? So I just have to... Oh, sorry, that was Vince. My bad. Shh, there's gotta be emergency stuff in there, right? So I just have to... He leans in closer and closer, reminiscent of God trying to reach man in Michelangelo's work. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool that's a cool... Oh my gosh, that's a cool reference! Man! Speaking it's hard whenever you don't have a script. Rhodey screams and pulls his hand back, someone grabbing his wrist and pulling him in. Ouch! He doesn't think much aside from basic survival instincts. He must yell Vincent's name at some point because in an instant he's on his feet and pulling Rhodey back, kicking the hand from the elevator back. Why did you think the elevator was blocked off? You didn't think of it either, he shouts back, honestly hurting with all of this screaming. The Adam that tried dragging Rhodey out of heaven jumps up and climbs over the couch, dragging himself along. He can tell it's a man, judging by his short, unkempt hair, and at one point green suit, ties wrapped around his neck. A pair of red scissors stabbed into the left side of it. Oh, boy. Oh, man, so did the zombie, like, get him? Or, wait, has he already... Maybe I need to reread, because was he dead? Or, like, dead, not zombie, or was he a zombie? I'm trying to figure it out. Do you think, Vincent begins, fishing out a larger knife than usual and putting it in Rhodey's hands, he was bloodthirsty first, or someone just wanted him dead and he came back to life later? Okay, so it is a zombie. Rhodey fumbles with the large knife, switching which hand he holds it in before clutching it with both. Oh, poor guy. You're gonna drop it, Rhodey. I don't know. I've never considered someone would murder someone without being for survival. Oh, you're in for a treat, buddy, with who you're with. Sure, yes, before everything, of course, he knows people killed other people, but that amount of selfishness was just appalling. Vincent runs up. Speak of the devil, Vincent runs up and removes the scissors from the zombie's neck and adjusts them into its chest, twisting it and stabbing somewhere else before doing the same thing. He pushes it to the ground and kicks it swiftly. I don't have any more Molotov cocktails. Either we run or we loot him while he's down. I hate how experienced you are, Rhodey whines quietly as Vincent searches the man's pockets. He tosses aside some pens, gum, a work ID, and lights up as he draws out a nice lighter and a pack of cigarettes. He genuinely looks like a child waking up to Christmas morning, which would be cute if Rhodey didn't fully know that he was going to use the silver lighter for addiction or explosives. Oh my gosh, poor Vince really is addicted to cigs, isn't he? Aside from a bit of blood staining the crevices, it looks nice. It has detail on the outside looping scrolls that remind Rhodey of vines or other foliage. All in all, he can't tell if Vincent is admiring craftsmanship or just the new supply of lighter fluid. You cannot be excited about this. Shut up, you don't look like you've smoked once in your life. Because I haven't. Well, once, but I hated it. Vincent looks at him like he can't fathom not enjoying such an activity. Yep, that'll do it. The addiction, it's strong with this one. The addiction, strong with this one. Man, I cannot do a Yoda voice. Rhodey returns the look, although the opinion is vice versa. Maybe you just have weak lungs, he shrugs, giving the twitching corpse a small kick. I'm so done with life. Giving the twitching corpse a small kick. Rhodey looks away quickly. Before signing, they should both leave right about now. As they do so, Vincent lights a cigarette and puts it between his lips. One of these times, Vince is going to be right next to like a gas leak, and he's going to light a cigarette, and it's going to be like that one scene in A Christmas Vacation. No, not A Christmas Vacation. You know the one with Clark? Like the Griswold Family Christmas? You know that one? It's gonna be like that scene in that movie. Here, let me get back to where I was. His hands shake ever so slightly, but move purposefully as they cradle the light. Rhodey can see his chest puff out when he breathes deeply in, taking the smoke in relief, and a thin stream of smoke exhales into the sky. He does it a few more times, standing against the broken window of the building, until he notices Rhodey watching. I quite like that scenery. He exhales smoke into the other man's eyes that time. He laughs as the auburn-haired man hacks and coughs, waving it away and calling him half-hearted insults. He looks through the smoke one last time, ignoring the sting of his eyes and the stink of the air to see Vincent's white teeth and his smile, to hear the quiet whisper of a laugh he so rarely does. Stop looking at me like that. The two turn away from each other, cracking individual smiles, yet neither admitting the horrible truth that they enjoy one another's company. That's so cute! Oh, it sucks because I read the author's note and I'm pretty sure it's going to be really bad in like 2 seconds. Vincent, walking alongside Rhodey. It's so easy to ignore Rhodey's annoyed expression as he flicks open and shut his lighter. Click, 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 clack, click, click, clack, over and over and over again. Well, in all honesty, he's not fully ignoring him. If anything, he takes pleasure in making someone so optimistic, the biggest romanticist of his life he's ever met, kind of hate his guts. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Will you cut that out? Vincent grins, clacking the lighter shut again, feigning eagerness. Cut what? Don't even, Rhodey says, drawing out the consonants. Oh, here, let me try it one more time. Don't even, Rhodey says, drawing out the consonants. You know exactly what! He bumps Vincent with his shoulder, mostly jokingly, although is immediately hit with a wave of guilt as he underestimates his, and overestimates Vincent's own strength. He mumbles a shapeless apology as they walk, Vincent with the lighter in his hand. Oh my gosh, did Vincent just, like, tumble over? Whatever, stand still. I want to check the map. We've made good progress today. Aside from the... Sorry. Hold on. One more time. Aside from the 50 stops you made us take, those were all important. We got your arm bandaged up, didn't we? He watches Rhodey inspect his arm before shrugging, giving in. After several encounters with several undead, they finally found an abandoned car with a first aid kit in the glove department. Finally, someone smart in the zombie apocalypse. Nobody had a first aid kit in the car. They should have gone to, like, one of those workplaces, because those normally have, like, first aid kits somewhere at some point. But, like, I guess it would be really hard to find those because they're always in, like, secret compartments because, ooh, we don't want to ruin our office setting by having first aid kits in the invisible spots. Anyway. He ended up having to sit Rhodey down and teach him how to properly bandage injuries. It seems he never learned himself, and thus resulted in being half-wounded all journey. For whatever reason, it made Vincent upset. He wanted to scream and throw something and hit somebody. Wasn't Rhodey so stupid? Wasn't he the dumbest man alive by some miracle on Earth for relying on others to heal him? He's going to get himself killed or worse, and nobody's going to patch him up. Who would? Who would waste precious resources on an idiot who ran away to find a girl who probably died months ago? Who would? Oh, well, he supposes he would. He did, in fact. He swore quietly and told Rhodey to sit on a stump while he knelt. Knelt! He is college educated and an award-winning I was on a roll for a second there. Knelt. He is college educated and an award-winning chef, and he knelt for this fool before him and told him to quiet down when he dabbed his wounds with disinfectant. Man, Rhodey's not exaggerating, though. That crap hurts. That hurts so bad. As a klutz, I've had to get it disinfected a couple times, and man, that hurts! You're acting like a child, he had mumbled, gently prodding his skin with wet cotton. Slowly raising his gaze to meet Rhodey's steelish eyes, he sees his eyebrows knit together like it's genuinely and unbearably paining to him to sit there. He was biting his lips, and eyes clearly waddling. It hurts more than you think, he huffed, patting a bit before hissing sharply at the sting. Shh. He put the cloth away, folding it nicely and placed it into the first aid kit before he showed his hands to be empty. See? It's over. Afterwards, he offered to bandage the man's arm up. As he wrapped the cloth around his forearm, he explained how Rhodey can bandage himself next time, teaching the technique to keep them from coming undone. Oh, that's actually really sweet. Thanks, Vince. For whatever reason, Vincent doesn't feel the urge to correct him. He won't listen anyways. That was, weirdly nice of you. Dude, he just bandaged you up. Can't you at least say, man, thank you so much. That was really nice. No, you have to be sarcastic here, Rhodey. Warmth. Once again, he feels warm all over. He clears his throat and shoves the rest of the bandages into the kit, standing and turning quickly. He says something about having to move before the sun sets. Rhodey agrees. The words are equally as fuzzy in his head. Vince? He's rudely awakened from his daydream by Rhodey gesturing to a gas station. You awake? Rhodey's expression is more similar to that of when he finds an animal has been killed, or maybe akin to a puppy who's worried about an owner, rather than his usual look towards Vincent. Oh, that's really cute. Yes, I was just thinking of a plan. A master plan! Okay, no, I'm done. I'm done. A master plan! Okay, I'm done. Now I'm done. What did you need? Rhodey blinked slowly before coming to his senses and finding his words. Oh, yeah, we found a gas station. Thought there'd be, like, food or something in it, supplies and stuff. Man, did Rhodey find a dead person? It would be really funny if, well, not funny. It would be really sad if he did. Are you sure you're okay? Vincent groans, utterly exhausted by being so fussed over for such silly reasons. You zone out all the time. Oh, sorry. You zone out all the time. Why is it so odd for me to do it? Because while you were doing that stupid clicking thing with your lighter, you chucked it? Rhodey speaks slowly, as if he were breaking tragic news to someone. In all fairness, if Vincent loses that lighter within a week of acquiring it, he'll be even more irritable than usual. He pats his pockets quickly, feeling the absence of something in his hands before Rhodey holds up a shiny rectangle. I found it! Don't worry! Man! What a hero, Rhodey! My gosh, Rhodey deserves, like, a purple heart for that. He tosses it lightly. Vincent totally misses it. That would have happened anyways. When's the last time you ate? Unrelated. Vince! Get over here. He drags his lithe companion. Time to look up the word lithe. He drags his lithe. We're looking it up. Of a person. Of a person or their body. Slim, supple, and graceful. That makes sense. Anyway, back to the thing. He drags his lithe companion into the building by his collar, despite the protests of worry. Vincent fervently denies anything and everything, accusing Rhodey of potentially dragging them both into a Google-filled room and trying to kill them both. Yeah, you told me to take the zombie elevator. Contrary to what you like to say, I'm not the stupid one between us both. Vincent stiffens and shoots daggers. Oh, how dare! Put me down! He crosses his arms while being manhandled like a sack of potato, finally giving in to Vincent's demands. He drops the man as gently as possible, although it's difficult to do so, while he equal parts flails, trying to get away, and clings to his shirt on a countertop next to a cash register. Sir, yes, sir! I think I hate you. Nice try. You couldn't. Oh, they love each other, Your Honor! Vincent feels his heart stop, frozen in time for just a moment. As he realizes that it's true, he groans and wrinkles his nose at various packages before being thrown his way, all of which are expired, probably inedible or just flat-out repulsive. Come on! Eat up! Oh, Rhodey thinks he's doing such a good thing. Man, this gas station must have been here for a while if those things are expired. Those things like expire in like 2029 or something, you know? Or I guess in this case, 1973. Absolutely not. I still have rations, idiot. He beckons him closer with a finger and twirls it to make Rhodey turn his back to him. Rhodey sighs and complies, the man sitting on the counter top digging around in the bag before retrieving some remaining jerky. He swallows the bile in his throat that arises every time he sees it and takes a pensive bite. Delicious. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it tasted kind of funny. Oh! Poor Rhodey. He don't know. It's like cooking companions. Vincent brings a hand up to his throat, feeling the sensation as he swallows. When he swallows, somehow, it's entirely numb and impulsive all at once. Am I gonna have time to read the rest of this? Yeah, I am. Don't worry. It's okay. Rhodey in a gas station. Oh no! I just read the first line! Oh no! I lied about it being cow. He says simply and quickly, effective and detached as always, and speaking between bites. Oh! Rhodey feels his stomach sink and contract, a similar feeling to that of when he saw the deer. The memory sears into his mind permanently. It's different now, though. His eyes land on Vincent, who's, for once, not staring Rhodey down with the voids he calls eyes. There's not a single thing in them that hint to what game he's playing at the moment. Is he lying? It could be a bluff to scare him, a test of some sort. Or maybe he's telling the whole truth. You're going to make yourself sick if you keep eating all that expired food. The words are dry and not fully there. They're having a good moment. Now Rhodey has to grieve both the fact they were having a good time together for just a second and any sense in his mind. He clears his throat, now void of any saliva at this point. For once, his appetite is non-existent. I don't get sick often. I can take it. I don't have that blessing, it seems. Poor Vince. Vince probably gets sick at everything. This is crazy. Rhodey runs a hand through his hair. This is all crazy. All of it. Oh no, this is so much worse. If it's not cow, he begins, dumbly searching for the words. What is it? Vince? Oh, you know. Whatever kind of meat I could find that hadn't rotted yet. And you fed it to me! He shouts. Here, I kind of want to do that scene one more time. Like, without any reaction, without anything. I want to do that one more time because that was good. He clears his throat, mouth is devoid of any saliva at this point. For once, his appetite is non-existent. I don't get sick often. I can take it. I don't have that blessing, it seems. This is crazy. Rhodey runs a hand through his hair. This guy, this is all crazy. All of it. If it's not cow. He begins, dumbly searching for the words. What is it? Vince. Oh, you know, whatever kind of meat I could find that hadn't rotted yet. And you fed it to me! He shouts, throwing the bag off his shoulders. The weight of knowing human meat was literally on his back made him want to stretch and scream. It was like being Atlas, holding a world of sin on his back up for all to see, yet only one man knew the truth. A man who has to be Lucifer, the devil, an awful man! He can't hate him. Vincent's eyes widened a little at his little meltdown. His meltdown! Guys, he just found out that he was eating human meat. I haven't found anything that suggests it's bad for you. He watches Rhodey stand there, once again, dumbly. Rhodey feels breathless, despite not really moving all that much, just searching for anything to say or do. He's racking his brain for a reason why he doesn't let this psychopath just die already. You're reacting less than I expected, if I'm being honest. Yeah. He mumbles, his mouth moving on its own. Yeah, he is. Why is he acting this way? Is being a sadistic psychopath contagious? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think I'm losing my mind, Vince. Oh. He blinks, clearing his throat and looking around for something. Man, I love that he's just like, oh, that's nice. He's like growls, eh? It looks aimless, though. It's nice to know they're equally exhausted in this than anything else. You probably are. Not comforting, he sighs, running a hand over his face. Or helpful. I mean, you've made it this far. You're a coward. You're nice. Immediate insult. The room's air dampens as he sits in the quiet, searching for his words. It's fascinating, but he's pretty sure this is the longest Vincent's spoken genuinely about something. Of course, it's doused in insults and backhanded compliments aided by his quiet way of speaking. If he can't speak with as little vulnerability as possible, he might as well speak as quietly or as little as he can instead. You might as well be crazy, too. I am. You sure are an actual freak who... Shut up. Wait, no, let me do that one more time. You sure are an actual freak who... Shut up. Rhodey's face contorts, tilting to the side and moving his hands to his hips. Excuse? Shut. Vincent repeats, raising a hand and looking around. He blinks repeatedly. Quick enough to be twitches, he sees Rhodey's lips part again and groans, putting a hand over his mouth, whisper shouting to the no sweet dirty man. What did I just say? Rhodey crosses his arms, waiting for permission to swear at him again. Oh, is there a zombie right behind him? Let's see. Okay, to swear at him again. His foot taps impatiently. I love that Rhodey actually waits. Before Vincent jumps off the countertop and lowers to the floor, yanking his bag up to him by the strap and digging through the contents, setting things onto the tiled floors, putting them back in and repeating those actions several times. What's happening? He whispers, lowering and mirroring the man's behavior. And are you doing fine? You're twitching all over. Shut it! Vincent blushes. Oh, that's cute. Shoving him away and clamping his hands together, stealing the twitches in his hands momentarily. He lowers his voice to a hiss. Hear that? Rhodey strains his ears to hear the seemingly non-existent sounds. He makes a mental note to find a hospital or library and read up on diseases. Maybe he's just getting paranoid and jumpy. That's really funny. I should be on watch next time we camp out so he can get some sleep. He blinks hard, trying to reset his brain. Right, Rhodey, because helping the psychopath get a good night's rest will fix whatever's wrong with him. He's probably born twitchy and rude. He sighs, moving towards Vincent slowly. I love that Rhodey's more concerned about him being twitchy and rude rather than him being a cannibal. Not really. Woo! Woo! An immediate, ear-grating, loud voice cheers from inside the gas station. Oh, I thought it was like an ambulance. Here, let me do that again. Woo! An immediate, ear-grating, loud voice cheers from outside the gas station, kicking the door open. Vincent's already ducked behind the counter and Rhodey follows. The sound of an engine revving before clanking into a silent hum is in competition for the loudest thing in the room against Rhodey's heartbeat and the screamer kicking the front door in. Vincent flicks a knife open, putting a cigarette he had apparently lit earlier out on the floor. Get in here! Tons of stuff still on the shelves! Inside voice. A voice that reminds Rhodey of Vince's, probably also a smoker scolds. Oh, here, that was not, I thought that was Rhodey. Inside voice. A voice that reminds Rhodey's of Vince, probably also a smoker scolds. His footsteps against the tile signaling that he's entered the building. Rhodey holds his breath and prays for a moment that either A, they're not found and can just go in and out without any issues. B, these guys are pacifists. This option is quickly dismissed, as nobody's a pacifist once Vincent gets his hands on them. C, Vincent isn't too jumpy to beat the crap out of them. And he's certain that Vincent will never be too injured, sick, or unwell to skip out on an opportunity to hit somebody. Author in notes. Wonder who these guys are. I'm sure they're normal blood stuff. If you guess right, you get 2 cookies. I want cookies. Can I have cookies? I don't know who they are. Somebody in the comments said Benny and Eddie. Is it somebody from one of the other games? Like, is it, here, let me look at the tags real quick, because I really don't know, about the other Rachel games, unfortunately. Is it Baksugo and her wife? Okay, anyway, that is the end of the chapter. That was really good, and if you haven't been looking at the screen the entire time, which you should have been, even though there's another thing there, I'm not going to edit this. This is Zombie Plate by Friend the Ghost. Also, read my fanfic, please. Please, please read my fanfic. Please read my fanfic. I love my fanfic. I'm working on a really big chapter right now, so read it. And I love this one, so read this one too, because I'm not going to react to everyone, but also read my fanfic. Read my fanfic, and yay. It's called Home Cooked by Madeliana. I'll put an image on screen. And I'll also put an image on screen. Okay, bye! I'm done. Bye! Wish me luck at my softball game, guys.